Hey, what's going on? This is the Body Punch Podcast, and my name is Naz. Let's talk about what would happen if Conor McGregor fought for the belt right now. Today, I wanted to talk about what would happen if Conor McGregor fought Charles Oliveira for the 155-pound belt, and what would it do to the other fighters in that weight class. So first of all, I think the major thing, just to cut right to the chase, if Conor McGregor went from the 9th place in the 155-pound division to fight for the belt right now, and this is all speculation, this is from some interviews that Dana White has given. He hasn't confirmed exactly that Conor McGregor could be fighting for a belt, but it is out there. It is something that people are talking about. Dana White's been talking about the loyalty of Conor McGregor, and just talking about Conor and why it could be justified. So right away, if Conor McGregor fought for the belt, and in earlier podcast that I did, I talked about how Dustin Poirier losing to Oliveira could open up some fights for him at 170, could open up some fights for him at against fighters who we didn't think that he would fight before, like a Nate Diaz. But I think that Dustin Poirier might explore and even fight someone like a Colby Covington at 170. They were partners before at American Top Team. There were teammates there. They have some tension amongst each other. Dustin Poirier has been talking about him on Twitter, but I think Dustin Poirier, if he doesn't want to get a fight right away and wants to wait, I think the opportunity for him to fight Conor McGregor again for the belt, because at the end of the day, they can twist that storyline to be a little bit more like Conor broke his leg. The outcome would not be the same if he didn't break his leg. He didn't get knocked out or anything. It was almost the best case scenario for Conor McGregor in that situation if he was going to lose. The best case scenario would always be to win by any means. But for him to lose by snapping his leg leaves it open. So I think Dustin Poirier could either get a quick fight right away at 170, still have that 155-pound division to go back to if he does lose, or even if he does win. It's just to keep him busy and explore something different. And he doesn't have to make that weight cut again, which he's been talking about a little bit in recent interviews. I think the next person that I wanted to talk about who would get affected by Conor McGregor fighting for the 155-pound belt would be Justin Gaethje. He would have to wait even longer, or even fight someone else. He could fight the winner of Beneil Dariush versus Islam Makhachev, which is slated for Feb 27th. He could wait for that fight, which is only a little bit of time away. Obviously, after the fight, he has to wait another maybe 3-4 months until you could fight the winner of that. So we'd have to wait and not be able to fight Oliveira right away. And hey, at the end of the day, even though we're saying that Conor McGregor could fight for the belt, this doesn't mean that Conor McGregor might lose. He has a chance of winning, which means that every one of these fighters that I'm talking about right now has a chance to fight Conor McGregor for the belt if he does win. I mean, there's always the rematch that could be enacted against Oliveira, but Conor McGregor does have a chance of winning this fight. You put Conor McGregor in a fight with any of these guys, he does have a chance, be it slight, with some of them. So I think that Justin Gaethje will have to either wait even longer than he is, which right now it seems like he's holding out to fight for the belt again, after losing to Khabib Nurmagomedov. But he might have to wait even longer now, or he might have to wait until he faces the winner of either Beneil or Islam Makhachev. After defeating someone like Michael Chandler, it seems like, and it won't be a major weight, but it seems like he wants to fight for the belt right away. So he'll have to wait or fight someone like Beneil or Islam Makhachev, whoever the winner of that is. But I think that kind of gives him a little bit of a detour in the way that he sees things playing out. Okay, so the last guy who I think is going to be majorly affected by Conor McGregor fighting at 155 is Michael Chandler, the person who I was just talking about, who Justin Gaethje defeated in that massive fight, in that spectacular fight in Madison Square Garden. So Michael Chandler, I think he'll have to wait. You know how I was saying with Justin Gaethje that there could be a slight chance that he could wait or fight the winner of Beneil or Islam. I think Michael Chandler will most likely have to wait. He's on a 2-fight losing streak, and he has to be really careful on who he fights next. Because at the end of the day, even Kevin Lee was talking about Sean O'Malley and how he's jealous of his career and the way that he's picking and choosing his fights. You can be a company man a lot, but the more and more you keep losing in these fights, like the one against Justin Gaethje, which was spectacular and amazing, it's still a loss. So his third loss, or his third fight, he has to be really careful about that one. He has to be really careful about who he fights, the way that he fights, and honestly, when he fights. So I think the best case scenario, if Michael Chandler finds out that Conor McGregor's fighting for the belt, is for him to wait. For him to not risk another loss. He could fight someone lower than him, which could hurt him even more. Fighting someone like Tony Ferguson, who people are saying could fight Conor McGregor next. Fighting someone like a Tony Ferguson and losing could hurt him a lot more than waiting. People love Michael Chandler right now, and they love his brand. They love everything about him, and they love the way that he just jumped into the UFC. And hey, he's only been here for a little while. And it's not like he's had this massive reign in the UFC. He has to be very careful because his career could go in two directions right now. Where he has the amazing win against Dan Hooker, but then the loss to Oliveira and the loss to Justin Gaethje. He has to be careful on the way that he navigates. I think this is a quick video, quick podcast that I wanted to make about this because I think it could impact the 155-pound division, the premier division of the UFC, in major ways if Conor McGregor shot up from 9th to fight for the belt again. And hey, maybe he might win. So I think this is an interesting topic. Let me know below in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube, or shoot me an email or anything like that. I want to talk about this. What do you think would happen if Conor McGregor fought for the belt again? How do you think it would affect the way that division plays out? Let me know. So like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff on the YouTube video. Please listen to the podcast on the different podcast networks. It helps if you would like to listen to it there. Also, thank you for listening. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to me talk. I really appreciate it. This has been the Body Punch Podcast. My name is Naz. Bye.